Hey everybody, what's up? My name's Mackenzie.
And I'm Jonathan.
We are husband and wife, and we'd like to welcome you to TerreDice, where we love to play games and talk about them.
And today we're taking a look at Disney's Lorcana, the trading card game, Illumineer's Quest Palace Heist. Now this is a board game, not the card game, and it is standalone. You can play with just the stuff that's in this box, and you don't gotta collect nothing more than what's in here.
Let's jump on our magic carpet and jump into this game. All right, let me put on my official ears. Go.
If you have played Disney's Lorcana before, or if you have not, you may be aware that it's a trading card battling game where I'll go against you and we'll build our decks and we will play Disney characters from across many, many worlds. And it's sort of like Magic the Gathering or these other sort of like, kind of battle collectible card games, Pokemon, those kind of things. But the Illumineer's Quest is a series that we are now on our second game for, and it is, I would say, a vast improvement from the first game, which was an Illumineer's Quest where you fought against Ursula in Ursula's Return. So what they've decided to do is they have gone full board game with this. So we now have a cardboard board that's nice and large. We have these big, beautiful cardboard tokens for damage tokens. Everything feels much more like a board game would feel. And most importantly, you get these really neat pre-made decks and a exciting boss to fight against, our lovely Jafar.
If you haven't played Lorcana and you've been really intimidated about getting involved, because Lorcana in itself, I'm a casual Lorcana player. I don't spend a lot of time building up my decks so that they're perfect and perfection and stuff. And this game allows me to be able to play Lorcana and play a boss with also it feeling like a board game. And it's co-op. So
Yeah.
it's like I love being able to play it as a two-player co-op, which normally it's competitive and you're competing against each other.
It lets you learn the ropes of the game in a way where it's like, oh, I can learn how my characters work without just like getting crushed by my opponent.
Yeah.
And so here's the like cool thing that you could do. If this is your first experience, you're playing this at home as a couple with your friends, like whoever you're playing it with, you are going to play against Jafar, maybe on easy first, then normal, then hard, then extreme, though we could never beat hard. You are going to defeat Jafar together, who has this unique deck, who's going to come out against you. It's really easy to program him and play him. Honestly, like I hate those like bot games where you have to control a third player. This is not that. This is basically reveal events and fight against those events. But once you have mastered your characters in the battle against Jafar, you can turn to your opponent next to you and use your decks that they gave you, which are like stronger than the normal starter decks, and play a real complicated game of Lorcana against each other. So it lets you experience Lorcana too.
Yeah, I think that's a really big point to like emphasize and drive home is you play this. It's designed to be played as a co-op game together, but then they are very competitive, well-designed standalone decks where you can take that deck and compete against anybody else. So you can go out against somebody and compete against them. So that's all included with this box, including 2 deck boxes. So you even get your own deck box in it as well. So it's a really nice, I just think it's great for board game players to be able to play Lorcana, and I'm really happy they did this. So you mentioned that this is better than Ursula. Can you give a little more insight into that?
Oh yeah, sure. So I think Ursula was actually like a perfectly great game. I actually thought it was really fun, but they really invested into making this feel like a standalone experience where you weren't missing anything with this one. Specifically, they give you a nice big board. They give you these really nice tokens. They give you these deck boxes for both the players and for Jafar's deck, which are all like gorgeous looking. I felt like the mechanics were more fun in this one. I really liked that we had to steal the crown and it's kind of going back and forth and there's cool stuff going on. I don't know, I feel like this felt like a more complete experience that didn't leave me wanting more.
The way that they incorporate the cards into it as well. They did this with Ursula as well, but the cards that you're playing, a lot of them have been in the artwork have Jafar's essence being put in there. Like you see the characters are in the temple, they see the sand, so it's not just like random cards Lorcana that they're playing in here. They've really
And they did do that for Ursula. They had the tentacles coming out of some of the cards. Yeah.
But both of them, they've really crafted it so it feels like those cards belong, like competing against Jafar.
Yeah, for sure.
This is the third type of game we've had outside of the TCGs. The other one was Lorcana Gateway.
Yeah.
So how is that one? Do you get Lorcana Gateway? Is that for younger audiences?
Yeah, I think exactly. Like Lorcana Gateway specifically introduces mechanics to you in sort of a ramp up way, so you don't get introduced to items until, after you've played games and things like that. So I think that that's a really great way to learn the game if you're explicitly like, I don't want to fight against a boss and have a really complex card game. I just want to learn the basic mechanics, and I want to teach my 10-year-old daughter. I want to teach my grandma. I want to teach like everybody, like, let's learn the game.
Or someone who doesn't play a lot of games.
Yeah, or someone who doesn't want to. Yeah. I think like that's where you would get Lorcana Gateway, and in fact, Lorcana Gateway, I don't think has sold super well because I saw a picture yesterday. It was at Target for $7, like on clearance. So it seems like it's been a much more niche thing. But I think it's mostly because like, you could almost replicate the same experience with normal decks. What I also wanted to mention about this, so we've been talking about the 2-player experience, but let's say you want to play with your whole family.
Yeah.
So you can totally, it has all the tokens for 4 players, so you could totally add in like the starter decks. Like if you wanted to get the 2 starter decks for the new chapter and play with those 4 decks, you can play a 4-player game. It does have ramping difficulty based on the number of players so that Jafar will be able to keep up with you. Mm-hmm. And importantly, the really unique thing about Illumineer's quest is that all the players take their turn at the same time, which means we can go back and forth between, oh, I'm going to support your character and I'm going to heal your character. So you actually can like help each other in kind of a deeper way than you normally can.
But it is hard. Like,
yeah,
they're not messing around. They're not
a mechanical snake. Oof,
yeah, they're
devious.
not giving you the victory by any means. Now there is a fun once you do defeat Jafar the first time you can, there's going to be a fun golden pack that you can open up, which is going to unveil a little fun surprise that you get to add on.
And importantly, that's the hook to getting you to get more Lorcana and getting you to the rest of the game. So if you don't want to get more Lorcana, don't open that foil pack.
Yes, I think it's important to note, so if you do play TCGs and you are into the Lorcana, this is going to have those, that new mechanic that they opened up where there's like a double card, like the same color, like 2 different colors on the card.
Oh yeah, that was new to the chapter.
Yes, so those are included in this game as well. You are going to have those dual ink colors. And there's lots of fun characters. Like they definitely, I like to say that they saw my videos, that they heard I'm a huge Atlantis fan and a huge like Treasure Planet fan because they are scattered all throughout this deck. Yeah. And a lot of Bolt for some reason. Like someone that works for Lorcana really likes Bolt because I think I've seen that movie once, but it's like very heavily in this game.
Yeah.
But like a lot of other characters too. One deck is really heavily Frozen, and then the other one's really a mixed bag of a bunch of different characters, I would say.
Yeah. So bravo, we really like this. I think it's really well designed. I think everybody who likes Lorcana, and especially if they're trying to get people at home involved, should check this one out.
But thank you guys so much for watching. We love covering all these different Disney games that have been coming out. By Ravensburger, also a new Villainous line just came out, so go check out that, Treacherous Ties, and the new Star Wars game, Cold Tactics, if you're into the Villainous line. And we're going to be showing very soon a new game coming out by Ravensburger, which falls into the Villainous universe. So make sure to check that out. But always thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know whenever we put out a new video. And we'll see you next time.
Happy playing!